Hello, it's Mr. Payton. Welcome to my video on how to do your Unit 1 Number Properties Part 2 assignment. Let's flip around the camera and get started. Okay, here I am logged in as a student. If I go to the My Schedule page, I'm going to navigate to Friday, September 25th. This is the date of the unit test, the day the unit test is due, and you should see the Part 1 and Part 2 computer graded and teacher graded assignment links on here. If you don't, then you need to read up on what you need to do to get caught up in the unit. And I'll go over that in a second here. But everybody will see this link, 1.11 unit test. If you click that and it's blank, that means you won't see the links underneath here either. That means you probably didn't pass one of the quizzes in the unit to make it to the unit test. It's also the last day for Unit 3 decimals. And there's a link here on your plan that is a reminder that today's the last day to do Unit 3 decimals, quizzes, and the unit test. And if you click that, it explains how you have to make sure you have all the quizzes passed and the unit test tried by the end of the day, because you won't be able to get back into it starting Saturday morning at midnight. So I'm going to click into this link here, though. It says you should see the 1.11 unit test part 1 and 2 on your plan today. Click here if you do not. Also contains a help video on how to do your part 2. That's the video you're watching right now. So I'm going to put a link to that right in here if you ever want to watch it again. But all lesson pages in Unit 1 have to be viewed. Quizzes have to be passed with at least a 3 out of 5 in order to get to the 1.11 number properties unit test part 1 and 2. And it explains here if the link doesn't appear, you probably didn't pass one or more of the quizzes. So check your grades page to verify that you have a score of 3 out of 5 or better on all your quizzes in the unit. Navigate back to the lesson pages and quizzes through the content page. Remember, you can email quiz corrections to me to make up points. You can try quizzes 3 times, and you can request more retries if you need to. The quizzes are open book, meaning you can use your notes, lesson pages, and other resources in our 6th grade math OneNote, which is also linked right here. And in the OneNote, you can find help for every single lesson we've done. Here's Unit 3 decimals, every lesson, extra videos, all the slides we looked at in class. Here's Unit 1 all the way up to the last lesson. There'll be something new in here shortly that talks about the Part 1 and Part 2 unit tests, and we'll probably put another link to this video right in here. Now this student does not have any quizzes to brush up. This student, if we go to his grades page, if you look at Unit 1 number properties, we can see passing grades for all the quizzes, doing quite well. So that's looking good. So that means we can get to the unit test. And if I go, let me just back out, go back out to the My Schedule page. I click that little home button. See how I did that? I'm going to go back to Friday. I'll click right into the part 2. Let's just see what it looks like. Now I want to go through all the directions on how to download and upload it, because we got a lot of new students since the previous unit. So these instructions say, here's the link to your Unit 1 Number Properties Unit Test Part 2, the 1.11 graded assignment. Look down below past all these directions for the Word document, and in case you have any issues with the Word file, I've included the PDF. See my suggestions below on good ways to show your work. You have many options. Click the assignment, save it to your math folder on your desktop, answer the problem, show all your work, and give a full explanation. Then upload it here for me to grade by clicking upload or add a file at the bottom of the page. Do not email it. It has to be uploaded here in the original assignment link, what we call a submission folder or a Dropbox. You can also get to that through the Tools Assignments menu. So all this is just advice on how to show your work. You can print out the test document, do it by hand, and scan it back into your computer, then upload that. You could take a picture of it with your Learning Coach's cell phone camera and then upload that. You could have your Learning Coach actually log into your account through the phone and get it submitted that way. You could do it by hand on a separate document. You don't even have to use the original document. Do it on blank paper if you want, and take a picture of that or scan that. Or I'm going to show you how to do it all electronically here. Using the Microsoft Word document, you can just type your answers on there, and you can put screenshots on the document and use programs like Microsoft Paint and the snipping tool. So I'll show you how to find those programs on your computer here in a minute. You could also use the PDF version. The only reason I really included the PDF version is if sometimes that one prints out better. And you could also use this website called PDF Escape, which allows you to upload your PDF, allows you to write on it, and then save it back to your computer. So this bullet point says everyone should have the snipping tool program, which allows you to take screenshots, and then you could paste what you take a picture of right into the test document. Search for snipping tool at the lower left of your computer, and you can find it. I'll show you how to do it on my computer here. Right-click paste to paste it into the Word document. And then if you're really struggling, ask your learning coach or me for more help. Now, sometimes it's hard to find the files. Like all these directions, the actual test document's here. This is the Word document. Here's the PDF. And here's where you upload it. You got to scroll all the way down. Here's the upload button. So I'm going to click the Word document. That's going to download for me to the bottom of the screen. I'm using Google Chrome right now. Let me open it up. Okay, so you might have to click Enable Editing. You might have to click Enable Editing here. I think it'll say that for most of you guys. That'll allow you to write on the document. Here is, it's just one question, but you have to show your work and you have to explain the steps you took using sentences and the words first, next, and last. So I'm going to put my name on here. And you don't really have to put the date on. You can if you want. Don't worry about the date. It's worth 15 points. It'll be 5 points for the correct answer, 5 points for a full explanation, and 5 points for showing your work. You are making necklaces for your friends. How fun. You have 36 blue beads and 42 red beads. Use greatest common factor to find the number of identical necklaces you can make for each friend using all the beads with none left over. How many necklaces can you make? Explain all the steps you took using sentences and the words first, next, and last. Show all your work. Then it's just a blank spot for an answer. Now there's a little bonus with this one. It says for 2 points extra credit, how many blue and red beads are on each of your identical necklaces? All right, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to change the numbers. All right, we're going to make necklaces. Well, let's call them bracelets for your friends. And instead of 36 blue beads, we're going to just pretend like we have 25 pearls. 25 pearls and how about 15 rhinestones? Oh, sorry, this is a little error that pops up sometimes for me. 15 rhinestones. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Okay, use greatest common. Okay, so I think I can do it with these numbers. And if you could do what I did with the other numbers, you'll be in good shape. All right, but how do I show my work? What do I need to do here? I need to find greatest common factor between these two numbers. If I find the largest number, I could divide out of both numbers. I can make that many bracelets and use every single bead. I'll show you how that works in more detail here in a second. But I like to do factor trees. You can try to list out your factors, but you might overlook some of them. When I'm doing greatest common factor, I like to do factor trees. And to show a factor tree on the Word document might be a little bit difficult. You could try to line up the numbers and draw lines and stuff. There's a lot of tools up here you could play around with, but you may not have this draw button. I have draw on my Word document, but I don't think it's on the student version. So I'm going to use Microsoft Paint. All right, I'm going to go, here, check this out. I'm going to go down to my search box. I'm going to type in Paint, P-A-I-N-T. There's Microsoft Paint. And I'm going to do factor trees for 25. And let's see, I want to do a brush. I think it automatically just goes to a brush. I want to do factor trees for 25 and 15. It's 25, what times what makes 25? Kind of lucked out with these numbers. There's only 5 times 5, right? So it's a composite number, right? It's not prime. If it were prime, we would not be able to come up with a factor tree. 15 is just going to be 5 times 3. So with greatest common factor, you want to look at the prime factors they share. And if they share more than one of them, then you need to multiply them together. Now here they only share 5. They share 1 5, right? They share 1 5 and that's it. So my greatest common factor is 5. I'm done. I pretty much already got the answer to this. Now I just need to explain it and get my work shown. All right, so to show my work, what I'm going to use is the snipping tool. I'm going to take a screenshot of what I have here in Paint. So I'm going to go back down to my search box. I think on your computer it might just be a magnifying glass. Type snip. If I type snip, the snipping tool comes right up. It's one of my applications. I'm going to open it, and sorry about that. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Here's the snipping tool menu. Let me get Paint back up and snipping tool back up here. I'm going to click New, and then everything kind of gets grayed out. I'm going to left click and holding down left click on my mouse, highlight all that. Now I have a screenshot of all my work. That's all the work if you're going to do factor trees, this is all the work you'll need to show. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Word document. So I know I have that open here. And it's already, I took a screenshot of it. I'm just going to press enter a couple times to get down low a little bit so I can write above here. I'm going to right click and go to paste. Pasting it like that. There's all my work. So I figure the greatest common factor is 5. I figure I can make 5 identical necklaces because the greatest common factor is 5. So I'm going to write my answer here. So don't just put, if you're going to say the answer is 5, if you just put 5, you're not going to get credit for explaining your work. You got to just talk me through your reasoning here, like what you did. So first, I made, actually let me make this a little bit larger. In Microsoft Word, if you go right up here, you can make your text larger. So let's do like size 16. First, I made factor trees to find the prime factorizations of 25 and 15. Next, I determine that 25's prime factorization is 5 times 5, and 15's prime factorization is 3 times 5. Last, I noticed that they share only one prime factor, and that must be GCF. Now, what did I overlook here? You know what I overlooked? I didn't actually say the answer's 5. That is important, okay? So I might want to put that before I wrote first here. Let's see, it wants a comma for some reason. Okay, we'll put a comma. Let me change my text back here. Let me write that right here. The answer is 5 necklaces or bracelets, right? I changed it to bracelets. First, I made factor trees to find the prime factorizations of 25 and 15. Next, I determined that 25's prime factorization is 5 times 5, and 15's is 3 times 5. Last, I noticed that they share only one prime factor, so that must be the greatest common factor. All right. I have my answer, I have my explanation, I have my shown work. What about the bonus? For 2 extra credit points, how many blue and red beads are on your identical necklaces? Okay, so I use pearls and rhinestones, right, instead of blue and red beads. So how many pearls and rhinestones, I guess we could say. And we had what, 20 or 25 pearls and 15 rhinestones. So let me just change this. Please don't change your test question. This is just for the sake of the video. All right, well, if you look at my prime factorization here of 25, what's the only other factor left? If I'm going to make 5 necklaces, the only other prime factor left is 5. So they must each have 5 pearls on them. So 5 pearls. And for the rhinestones, if I'm making 5 necklaces, we have fewer rhinestones, right? Well, there's only 15 total rhinestones. There's only 25 total pearls. 5 times 3 makes 15, so there must only be 3 rhinestones on each necklace. So I'm going to say answer, you can go to a next page like this, 5 pearls and 3. Why don't I make it a sentence? There are 5 pairs, pearls, and 3 rhinestones on each necklace. Bracelet. I forgot I'm doing bracelets now, aren't I? That would, this is it. This will get you 100%. I'll show you how to submit it in a second. But if you really want to see what this looks like, you could take it above and beyond and art it up a little bit. You could actually put on screenshots of pearls and rhinestones for this if you want to, or go find draw me some red and blue beads if you want to for your question. You can get creative with this sort of thing. Here, let's go to the internet for a second here. If I go to Google, I can get a picture of a pearl. Let me type in pearl. Let me type in image search. Here's some pearls. Ah, that's pretty weird. Wow, that's what they look like inside there? Wow, okay. Well, I'm going to get how can I get a screenshot of a pearl? There's a nice looking pearl. I'm going to pull up the snipping tool again. Let's get a new snip. Let me just get that pearl right there. Highlight that pearl. Go back to my Word document. Check this out. I'm going to right click and paste. You could do Control V as well. There's a pearl. Little shortcut for copy and paste. Control C will copy, Control V will paste. So I said that there's 5 pearls and 3 rhinestones on each necklace. How about look, I can make this a little smaller. I'm going to copy it. Control C will copy it. Control V, paste it. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have 5 pearls. Let me highlight all those. I can copy it with Control C or right click and go to copy like that. Now I have 5 pearls copied. I'll go down the line. Oh, no, that didn't work. Let's try that again. I'll do Control C copy. Control V paste. There we go. 5 pearls. I'm saying there's 5 necklaces, right? There's my 5 pearls in each necklace. Let me find some rhinestones. R-H-I-N-E stones. Rhinestones. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a nice looking rhinestone, I guess. Let me grab a screenshot of this little green one over here. I'm just going to take a little snip of that. Now I got a rhinestone. I'm going to put that right at the end of my pearls. I'm going to do, you can right click paste or do Control V. There's a rhinestone. Can make it smaller. I'm going to copy that again at the smaller version of it. Control V, Control V. There's 3 rhinestones. Control V, Control V, Control V. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, look, we got some nice looking bracelets. 5 pearls, 3 rhinestones. So my answer to this question was they can make 5 bracelets, and I figured that they'd each have 5 pearls and 3 rhinestones. Does that all add up? If you actually draw these bracelets out, or the necklaces for your question, do I have 25 pearls and 15 rhinestones total? We'll count them up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pearls. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 rhinestones. All those bracelets look identical to me. They have the same number of pearls and rhinestones. So greatest common factor is what helped me figure this out. You guys remember the tulips example we talked about in the Class Connect, the tulips in Holland? Same idea. So you don't have to actually draw that for yours. I just thought it'd be a nice touch. Now I'm going to save this. Go to File, Save As, and then put it in your math folder. You can navigate around your desktop. Hold on a second. So navigating around your own computer might look a little bit different than this does. But on my desktop, I have a math folder. I also have another folder called desktop here, but here's my math folder. I click on it. There's the previous unit's part 2 assignment. What I'd like you guys to do is just put your name in the title of this file. If you submit it to the right spot, it won't really matter, but if you put your name out front and then keep the rest of the file name the same, then we'll know it's yours and we'll know what assignment it is. All right, click save. Now it's saved in my math folder. So let me show you guys my math folder here. Here we go. Here's my desktop. Here's the math folder. Here's the file right there. Well, let's get back into the assignment page. Now, if you go down, you can upload it right here. You can either drag it over or click upload. If you click upload, it'll allow you to navigate around and find it. Here's the math folder. Here it is. No, the Unit 1 one, right? Unit 1. Click, see it right there? Don't put anything in comments. I don't want any math answers in comments. Just grab it, upload it, click, it's there, click submit, and it should say submitted successfully. So it has been submitted successfully, and you're done. Let me show you something else real quick though, where you can verify that you have submitted this. If you go to the Tools Assignments folder, you can see here's the Unit 3 one. Here's the one we just submitted right here. It's been submitted, hasn't been graded yet, but it's in there. All right, you're done. And if you need to go back, if you need to brush it up, you can click back into it like this. There's the assignment documents, the PDF and the Word file again, but click back into the Dropbox, the submission folder like that. Now it just looks slightly different. Instead of upload, it says add a file, but it works pretty much in the same way. I'm not sure why it's different, but you can add another file if you need to brush it up. If you don't get full credit the first time around, you're allowed to submit more files to go for 100% on these. Okay, read my feedback that I give you, or if you're in Mr. Rackey's class, his feedback, and get it brushed up if you need to before 2 weeks is up when we close out this unit. And you would just click that, find it, and hit submit. You would add a new file. All right, I hope that helps, guys. That's about it. We'll see you later.